Hello, my name is Abigail and you're watching Simplifying AI. In today's video, I'll be focusing on creating some food photography images with Midjourney. I spent a lot of time today just testing and trying and finding out how I can make better images. And I learned some few tricks that I'm hoping I can share with you. I have a feeling some of these tricks will work with just any AI image. So let's check out what I learned today. Haha, thank you. So the first thing I tried was a salad. I put in a simple prompt and a few more stuff. Salad, macro lens, a close-up shot with an uplight and a version 4 of Midjourney. And I also put an aspect ratio of 16:9. The first image that was generated, it was a very basic image of just lettuce leaves, just leaves, nothing else, just leaves. I done a second image, but for the second image, I added one more word. I only added the word food photography style. So I added the type of photography that I wanted, which is the food photography. It's the same exact prompt as the first picture, but for this one, it's got food photography style at the beginning of it. Image I got was this one, which was a bit better compared to the other one that I got before. But then it's a good picture, but it has a lot going on. I decided to do something else different. I done another image, but for the next image, I decided to add a camera and also add the lens. So I added the Sony Alpha A7R4 and I also added the lens of 50mm f1.4. It's the same prompt as the previous one. The only difference is that this one's got the camera and the lens details. So I got a better image, but the only thing with this image, it came out with the camera, with the actual camera showing on the image. So I decided to do another image, but for this image, I added a negative prompt that would hopefully take off the camera. So I put in the exact prompt. The only thing I added was no camera. And for that one, I got a better image, which was good because then at least something is working. I decided to do a reroll of the same image, which it would generate another image with the same exact prompt. And for that one, that's what I got. I have a feeling if I added the word maybe salad bowl, I would have got a more organized image. It was good. I could see the difference and I can tell by me adding the camera, it changes the whole image. I decided to try something else. And this time I done an English breakfast. Again, I just done it as simple as the first image, which has mostly the same words, but the only thing I changed is the first is the type of food. So I added English breakfast, macro lens, a close-up shot, uplight that I'm hoping that is going to help with the lighting, and it also includes the version 4 of the Midjourney and the aspect ratio of 16:9, which generated again another basic image which is not organized or anything like that. But because I learned from the previous images, if I add the camera, I will get something much different and much more organized, and that's what I did, and that's what I got. The only thing about this picture is the sausages. They're a bit funny, but everything else is good. That's what I wanted to see, and I can tell that's what's working by adding the camera and the lenses. I done a reroll and this is what I got. If you know about the English breakfast, that's not how exactly an English breakfast looks, but then the whole point is if I add the camera into the prompt and the lenses, it's making a completely different change. So I decided to do the same thing again and try again, and this time I put a fruit salad. Again, I got an image, but the salad took over the whole image, so it's not organized. It's a fruit salad, it's a clear picture, it's a clear image, but it's not organized. So I done another prompt, and this time I added the camera again, the same camera and the same lens again. So, and that's what I got. But then I decided I wanted to have it more organized. So the only thing I changed on this picture is the same prompt as this one. The only thing that's different is this one. It has the word bowl, which worked great. It gave me a completely different image that is more organized and it looks so much better. Different. This time I decided to do a drink and I went with a coffee. Again, it's the same basic first prompt, which is, as you can see, that's coffee, macro lens, close-up shot with an uplight and a version 4 of Midjourney and an aspect ratio of 16:9. But what I got is not what I was expecting. It doesn't even look like coffee. It looks like coffee seeds in a cup. But that's not what I was after. So I decided to do it again. This time I added the camera like I've been doing because I can see it does the change. and that's what I got. Okay, it's a bit messy, but I have a feeling if I could run this same prompt again and again and again, I would get a different image, and hopefully I would have a good image that I could choose from. But other than that, I'm impressed. From that, when I add the camera, I got that. To me, that's impressive. So I did another coffee, but this time I done a frothed coffee, which is, this is what I got. It's not as clear or as good, but still it's a bit impressive, because to me it just shows if you could find the right keywords to put into your prompt, you can come out with amazing images. It's just a matter of practicing and finding out what works best. For the next one, I decided to try some steak, and again, like when I try a type of food for the first time, I do the basic one. So this one is a steak meal. So as you can tell from all my prompts, I've got some sort of a formula. I'm just changing a few words. And from that, that's what I got, which was not that bad. But then I decided to do another one again with the camera, which I got a better image, but I was still not happy because I wanted to see like a steak meal, right? Like a steak dinner meal. So I decided to do another one, but this time I changed the wording a little bit. So instead of having a steak meal, I had a steak dinner, which was quite good because this is what I got. So it was more of a dinner. My whole point is to see better pictures, better improvement, and the more I work on it, I know I'll end up getting better pictures. I done the same prompt again for the steak dinner, and again I got another good image, which is good. It's probably not the best, but it's good. At least I can see what works and what doesn't work. So again, this time I went back on the drink and I decided to do a glass of wine. I done again the basic prompt. I changed the first word, which is for the food. So this time I put a drink. So I put a glass of wine, and this is what I got. And this does not look like a glass of wine, not even for a minute. So again, I done another image, but for this other image, I added the word, the camera and the lens, and the image completely changed. As much as the image is not that good, because in the glasses of wine it looks like there's something inside, it just doesn't look like a clear glass of wine. But again, that's probably like something that's gonna improve in time with Midjourney. But I'm impressed because again, like I said, I'm able to tell what's working and what's not working, what needs changing and what needs improving, or what, if I'm gonna find a better way of doing this, at least I know where to start from. I done another one, the same exact prompt, and this is the image it generated again. Like I said, it's generating nice images, but what's inside the glass is making no sense. It doesn't look like a wine. That one looks like it's got some strawberries inside. This one looks like it's got some herbs inside. Again, I'm still impressed because it's amazing if you add the, so I guess the way Midjourney is interpreting it is like it will generate images that the actual camera would generate, which is a good thing to know. So I decided to try something else. I put a salmon dinner, and this is what I got. I literally got fish. Salmon in the water, not cooked. So I decided to do it again, and this time I used the same words, so the salmon dinner, but then this time I put it in the prompt that's got the camera and the lenses, and this is what I ended up with, which was, it's impressive because what a change, considering I used the same salmon dinner, but then the fact that I'm using the camera, the images are coming out completely different, which is amazing to know. So I decided to go back and do something about this and see if I use this simple prompt, if I could get something else that's different. So this time I done, instead of a salmon dinner, I done a grilled salmon dinner, right? And that's what came out, which is good. It's good. At least I know I could change that. So next one, I decided to try on the sushi. So again, I done this basic again. So the sushi, one of these images came out with the eye, and I don't know what to make out of it. So again, I done another image, but this time it had the camera and the lenses again, which seems to be working. And this is what I got. It's not the best images, but it's something. At least it's different. It's something. Yeah, I just done another one of the same exact prompt, and that's that. So I decided to try something else. So this time will be a smoothie bowl, right? So it's the same basic prompt I've been using from the beginning. And this is what came out. It came out just an organized smoothie bowl with no balls, obviously. I'm not surprised. So I done another one, but then this time, again, I added the camera and the lenses, and then this is what came out. But it doesn't, it looks very unorganized, you know? But again, it's different. It just looks very unorganized. So I decided to try again. But I couldn't seem to get it right. I couldn't seem to get just this smoothie. But then again, it's something that to work on. And if I'm trying to improve, to make better images of food, at least I know where I'm starting from. So that was the same prompt again. So I decided to do another one. So this time I done a basic pizza, which is the pizza, macro lens, a close-up shot, uplift on a version 4, with an aspect ratio of 16:9, which is this one. And this is the pizza it generated, which was not bad, I guess, but it's not good. This one looks a bit, but anyway. So I done another one, and this time, again, I done it with the camera. I got better image, so that seems to be working. So I think I can conclude that if I do that, it will work. And this is what I got, the pizza. So I done another re-roll of this same one. So I just press this button and I got another re-roll of the same prompt, and I got this one. This is not a bad image. It's something that you could work on. But then this time I decided, okay, let me make a different type of pizza. Let me make a chicken pizza. And that's what I got. And at least I can tell what's working, what's not working. And so I decided to do another one, but this time I was gonna do an ice cream cones, and this is what I got. So this is with the basic prompt, the one that doesn't have the camera. And when I add the cameras, this is what I get, which is a bit more organized, which is good. So it works. So I done another re-roll of the same prompt, and I've got these images, and they're good. They work. So that's something. And I was impressed because now I know if I'm gonna make this type of foods, where I have to approach, and if I'm gonna make improvements, at least I can go forward making improvements. But I know what don't work and what seems to be working that needs improving. So I was very happy with that. So I decided to do the last prompt, which is a cocktail drink. And this one, again, I done another cocktail drink, and I just done the basic again without the cameras, without the lenses. And this is what I got. They're not good images. But then again, I was expecting something like that. So I done another one, and this time I just done, instead of me adding the camera, I just done one with just food photography style, and I done the cocktail. And it generated some better images compared to the first ones, but they look very AI-ish, if that makes sense. They don't look realistic, but then again, they're good images. But so I done another one, but then this time I added the camera in, and I added the lens, which gave me better images. The only thing with these images is that I have the camera there and I have the camera there. So I decided to do it again, but this time I'm gonna add a negative prompt and remove the camera. And I got this ones. They're good images, but for me, I seem to be having a problem with the drinks. The drinks, they don't come out as I would like for them to come out, but then again, it's a trial thing. But then the drinks, they don't come out as good as the food. So I done it again, but then this time I decided to use a different camera. So for this one, as you can see, I was using the same camera that I've been using, which is the Sony Alpha A7R4 with a 50mm f1.4. But then this time I decided to use it was a Canon camera, 100mm with the f2.8, and I got these images. And to me, I didn't like these images. To me, I feel like the Sony has got better images than the Canon, right? From what I can tell. So I decided to do the same prompt again and see if I'll get better image. So I done the same prompts again, and you could say that's a better image, but still it's very AI-ish, you know? It doesn't look very realistic. So I done the same. And another thing with this prompt, for some reason, it did have a negative prompt. Maybe because I didn't have the spacing there, but the camera still appeared. So I decided to do it again, but then I went back to the Sony, and for some reason I liked the drinks better with the Sony than the Canon, right? Again, the Sony image came up and they had the camera, so I just had to do another one, and I had to do another one which had a negative prompt, which is a no camera, and this is what came out. So what I can conclude from the drinks, I feel like the Sony is making better drinks than the Canon, but then again, it's a trial and error and learning and everything, right? That's what I learned today. And one thing I've realized is with the AI images, because they're very new, it's something that we all have to keep testing and learning from each other. And the more Midjourney improves, the better pictures we'll be able to generate, but the potential for these images is ridiculous. Maybe we'll get to a point where you can generate, if you have the right prompts, you'll be able to generate the exact picture you want, the exact way you want, and that's amazing. So that's the day. That's what I learned today playing around with Midjourney, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, and above all, I hope you've learned something new. And my name is Abigail. You've been watching Simplifying AI. Thank you for watching.